Hi, hello, and welcome to another video. Welcome specifically to my review of the Halloween event 2025 and my Halloween shopping spree. Because as I usually do for these events, I combined me buying everything I want from the event with telling you what I thought of the event and stuff. And I have been better prepared now than I have in earlier editions of this, I guess you could say, this year, because I made a list. I used to do these last year, but I've been very tired this year. So, I'm back at it. I'm being a good content creator. And I'm prepared. So, yeah. I'm already lost my train of thought. I lost track of what I was supposed to be doing. This must be a review and a shopping video. And I don't like spending my star coins, which is why I do videos about it, because then I feel like at least me spending this much star coins has a purpose. I have gotten everything from here, and unlike previous years, I'm not going to spend my tokens on getting stuff to sell for shillings. We're going to see how well that goes, because I don't have as much star coins as I usually have this time of the year, but I also don't have as much money to spend on games in real life, so yeah. But yeah, we're gonna do a little more of a review. I have written a list of with a little bit of the main points, what I thought of everything. So what I'm gonna start with is the keep, because obviously it looks the way it always has. It's very spooky and we love it, but we obviously have this new, very cool area. Let's just look at that. Just look at that. This new, just the wall opening up. It's awesome. I love it. I love these ghosts and the walk on the wall essentially. When it comes to the area design, or how you want to say is this considered level design? I ask. As a game designer, I should know this. I think this could be... It depends. I don't think Star Wars has a lot of specifically level design. It's more like area design of the aesthetics rather than it's not in the way you do a platformer that has more gameplay game design rather than aesthetic game design. Star Wars falls into the game that has more of the genre of game that's more aesthetic game design. It's still a bit of game design, right? But that's not what we're supposed to talk about. We have the dead trees, we have the blue trees. These are so pretty. I love them, and I love these fountains. They're so cool, the spiders. We have a little cemetery here. And such. It's a very beautiful island, and obviously the end of the quest line with the Galloper, this place has importance, but there's very little else here, right? Sometimes and some days there are plants I think to collect up here, but otherwise it doesn't carry a lot of importance, but it is very pretty. And I should have taken more photos up here, but I didn't, so that's not me. I forgot. But A+ on the aesthetics of that island. I'm gonna give them that. I guess we should actually get into shopping and not just run around and I need to just rip off this band-aid of spending my star coins. I'm gonna see what the most expensive stuff I have left to buy, so I don't over fill my coin thing from... I'm gonna start with the championship letters. So 9,000 looks to be the highest right now, because I bought stuff when I got max shillings in the past, obviously during the event. I think I have something from last year. I did not, if you watched last year's video, I didn't buy the Western set, and I kind of regret not getting the hat, because I don't have a plain black or a black and silver cowboy hat. I only have a black and gold one, so I feel like this one could actually be quite useful to have. But I don't think I'm gonna get anything else from that set, only the cowboy hat. Because, I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm only gonna get... But that's, future problem. Yeah, I think 9,000 for that saddle pad. Uh, that's a... Oh, that's a gold ribbon. We're gonna save that because the Horse Currently Training won that, and they always get to keep like the most prestigious ribbon they have, and she's currently wearing a silver ribbon because I thought that was the best she had won, but turns out no, she had won a gold ribbon, so we're gonna just leave that there. My mistake, my bad. That's a silver one, so that we can sell, and that's also a gold one. Interesting. I mean, then we can, sell that one. I think I've placed that well recently. Wait, that sells for 600, and that's for 400, so that's already 1,000. So we already have what we need. That's 400. I mean, not 4,000. Imagine if one ribbon sold for 4,000. We would be so rich. Okay, there we go. Oh, the Welsh can't wear... I forgot about that. Are there more things here, like... Is there anything else? Yeah, the dressage saddle he can't wear. I didn't know that. Yeah, you can wear those. Well, I think all Gen 3 after the Jorvik Frisian can wear those bridles. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna continue doing this. I should keep looking at my notes. So the dailies are pretty much the same this year as every year. Is there any new ones? I guess the Cauldron got an update. Like that is a new daily. We did used to have a daily, but this one is different. But yeah, that is actually the only one that is remotely new, and it's more like a new edition of an old one. But I do enjoy the new system. Obviously the new system is that you yeah, I put all of this in my wardrobe so I would have space for this video because I know I'm gonna need it. But obviously that you have all the ingredients and they have traits that you use to get the potions you want. And that removed, the RNG that was in the Cauldron previously, and I talked a lot about this in last year's video. But Star Stable and RNG usually don't go well together. Whenever there's RNG in this game, I talked so much about this last year, so if you want to hear more in detail, I would recommend you go listen or watch last year's shopping video. And I've talked about this so many other times before, so I'm going to try and keep it brief, but obviously my prediction was that Star Stable used to use a true randomness, and one of the first things I learned when I started studying game design was that, like, a true randomness is not something you really want in a game, at least not of stuff that is things that the player wants, because us humans, we perceive true randomness to be unfair. That's like a psychological fact in humans. So when something is like a true, like everything has an equal chance of happening, we always feel like the things we would most want is happening less than it should. We feel like it is an unfair like treatment, I guess. So in games, if it's something your player wants, you should, in most cases, there's obviously always like edge cases and cases where the rules don't apply, but in majority of cases you want randomness to be skewed in the player's favor, or we as humans tend to experience the randomness as skewed against us, even though it is true randomness and it is not in anybody's favor. I've won a lot more ribbons this year than I thought. Like, oh boy. But I am not on Airstar currently, because that is way too crowded to do championship ranks on. It's way too hard. And we're just a itty bitty tiny bit short for, I think, 8,500, which is what we need to buy the next item. Luckily for me, I guess we do have these to sell too, actually. So, which is ribbons horses I've ridden this fall have won, and then they won something better than a bronze ribbon, so they then, you know, I change it. And yeah, it's not gonna go over, so we can just buy it. Also, something that costs 8,500. There has to be. Oh, there is a 9,500. Well, good thing I have more stuff to sell in my closet. But yeah, we were talking about the randomness thing. So that we now instead have every ingredient has 2 set traits, and getting 2 things of the same trait will give you potions of said trait that you want. That is like explicitly, I would say, better than previous years, because now you get exactly what you wanted. Obviously, this daily is about, you know, we obviously knew exactly what the cauldron wanted in the daily previous years before previous years as well. But now that we can like actually know, and also the daily quest gave us a reason to figure out like which ingredients did what thing. Obviously I did look up on Instagram, someone had already done it for me, so I didn't have to do it, but it's insights into the players to experiment and tells us like how to figure stuff out, so that we already know how to make all the different potions when we find the spellbook pages. And having like this way of getting like I'm sorry, I'm looking because I know I put these in 2 different places. Oh, there it is. Like having to know exactly what we need to do to find these. Like I feel like this was a much better way than just like the RNG, aka like trial and error randomness. You don't know what you're gonna get to get the sets previous years. It is a better experience. One, as I said, it doesn't take as much time, and also you know exactly what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get duplicates. It's literally impossible to create duplicates. And I also love like treasure hunts. Like, give me a clue to figure out myself rather than just telling me everything. And these clues have been pretty simple in my opinion. Like, I could have done with something a little bit more challenging. But also know this is a game targeted to people much younger than me. So it isn't the end of the world. Like, it is actually good. Like, it wasn't too hard. And I do prefer like this like, little bit of treasure hunt and trying to figure out where stuff is, rather than having to just do the RNG every 30 minutes. Especially like then for people, especially younger people who might only get to have like an hour or an hour and a half at their PC every day. I know like friends when we were younger had that. I've never had limited screen time. It was a little bit of a problem when I was younger actually, but like limited screen time was not a thing in my family. We were allowed to self-regulate, but So like I could, even when I was younger, spend a lot of time like at the colony if I wanted to. But friends were only allowed to play like maximum 2 hours a day. Like that was their full PC time. Like all the games they wanted to play, if they wanted to watch YouTube, whatever, they couldn't do that. So since this is also targeted at younger people, having this where you know exactly what you need and you aren't like limited to, as I said, like if you have an hour and 30 minutes at the PC every day, and obviously you're not gonna even have all of that time fully in game, because obviously like the time would start when you get to the computer. So this is a better system, and yeah, I love the cat as well. Like I love this fluffy witch cat. We already have a witch cat from, is it last year or the year before? I think it's the year before that. It's the Necromeouncer, but I love to have a fluffy witch cat now. It's just so adorable. Yeah. The one thing like I miss about the old one is that I could get horseshoes for my horses. Horseshoes for my shoes. No, horseshoes for my horses through the cauldron every 30 minutes. And then duplicates could be sold for shillings. But that was because I had so much time to spend. I know that this is a better system, and it's such a small thing I'm missing that it isn't actually bothering me. So it isn't even like worth bringing up, in my opinion. Gonna empty the bank, pretty much. Here we have duplicates for previous years. Let's see how far we're gonna get with this. So we talked about the cauldron and the spell book. The Headless Horseman's Memories. That is the same as always. It was a bit bugged in the beginning, with like I wasn't able to complete the race for the first day, and like, the second day I could only complete it if if it was the first race I completed. While some people could only complete the race if they were riding a Gen 3 horse, some people couldn't complete it even though they were riding a Gen 3 horse and stuff. I could only do it if it was the very first race I completed after logging in. Or very first thing. Like I would log in, I would go in, I would do the Headless Horseman, and then I could do it. And then obviously they very quickly fixed that bug. But it's also had some visual bugs. I have been training my butterfly horses now from the summer event. It took this long until I could start training them, since I train horses in the order I bought them. And yeah, if I ran the race with my horse, like my magic horse in its magic coat, then Morgan's coat would get very bugged visually, which is a small thing. It isn't important. It's still a pretty cool race. Oh, actually not. I will not be selling those. Thank you very much. Like it's still a very cool race, but you know, like it isn't something new. It's been here since the first year with the keep, which has been here, I don't know how long at this point, since like 2019 maybe? I don't remember actually. Because 2016 was when Galloper was introduced, but he was just running around Jorvik every like hour, I think, catching people. I remember how you wanted to get caught by him, and you would get a shirt and an amulet. And that would be 2016. 2017, we were still having ghost hunts, I think. Maybe it was 2018 where we got Galloper's Keep. I can't remember. But yeah, it's been here since, and it isn't really anything special. anymore, but it's cool. Like, a lot of the stuff at Halloween has a lot of, like, time clearly put into its, like, creation and a lot of love, and it's a very, very well done event. Like, clearly. Oh, please. Oh, my internet connection. I'm entering the season where my internet is unreliable. I live on the countryside, and during seasons with a lot of rain, wind, or snow, or all three of them, the internet connection gets extremely unreliable. And, you know, it's November now. We're gonna get snow. Snow is the worst one. Wind is pretty bad too. Like, it can really interfere with the internet connection where I live. But snow is the worst. If there is snowing, I probably don't have internet. So that's also a little heads up going forward. If my videos are like late a lot in the coming months, it's probably because my internet is down and it's taking me like 12 hours to upload a video to YouTube. I have had in the past to go to another person's house with my laptop to upload a video from there because it took like 24 hours and the video was still not uploading from home. Or from here, obviously, because I was actually living somewhere else last year, but the one time last week I tried to upload something from here, it did not work, and I had to go to Bella's house. So, yeah. That is 4,000. That could be pretty good to sell. That is 3,000. I mean, that's 7,000. And then maybe I sell those lights. So yeah. Bad internet. So I'm kind of terrified that my internet is just gonna go down. Oh, that's 9,000. Why am I missing so many 9,000 ones? Like, that's insane. Okay, back to this. We have the Scarecrow Hill race. I used to love the OG Scarecrow Hill race, and I haven't loved it as much since it got easier. And that's the tea. It's just not the same. I'm sorry, but it isn't. It used to be like the moment you I say, like, the moment you, alright, I have those, I'm gonna have to use those later, but like the moment you like got hit by, there used to be like potions falling from the sky rather than these like swirling blue things in the birds, got hit by those, you failed the race. It used to be like one of the hardest races in the game. It used to also not be an event race. It used to be a thing at Scarecrow Hill you could do every day, and then one day it was just gone. And apparently the allegedly reason they used it was because it was too hard. You could just choose not to do it, in my opinion, but sure. But I don't enjoy it, and I also don't enjoy that they made it longer, because it used to be like just before the bridge that there a guy called Håkan Kråkan would stand, and like he was one who held the race, and that's where you would like go to talk to him. Now, since you have to cross over the bridge and then get all the way back to this portal, there is a bit of a bug with the bridge, because sometimes if you go too fast or not fast enough, you will either fly too far, fly up in the air, fall down, get a dangerous fall, and get sent back to the keep, and that can incite a visual glitch, where when you leave the keep, that like weird, foggy, purplish grey fog that is when you do the race is like everywhere. And I hate it. I don't like that you have to go over that bridge. I hate how they have put one of those flying things there, because it would literally be easier to just jump over it the way you do in like championships or when you just cross the bridge normally. It would be so much easier. Like less bugs as well. Because that, or you go too slowly, so you don't, because you have to slow down if you don't want that bug to happen sometimes when it starts happening. Because like first couple weeks, the bug doesn't happen for me. And then it starts happening every single time. And then you slow down, but you slow down too much, you'd fall down instead. And then you have to do the same thing, like you have to restart a race, and then the visual bug appears again. I dislike it. I also dislike how in this particular race, like how do you say, in this particular race, soul shards, they spawn in places where like you have, it's impossible for you to both like take the soul shard because it's off the side, like on the other side of the wall. You have to jump over, get it, jump back, and then still have time to go through the checkpoint, and that's practically impossible. And then you fail a race, and then, you know, visual bug again. It used to be one of my favorites in the game. I don't just not love it anymore because it doesn't because it isn't as hard anymore. I also don't like it because wait, I'm just gonna, yeah, that should be enough. I also don't like it because it's just so many bugs involved in it when you fail the visual stuff. It's just annoying to have to relog to get rid of it. Like, obviously I can still play with it, but I don't enjoy it, so I relog, and then that takes extra time and just makes me feel very annoyed with the game. And obviously I feel like it is fair though to point out. It's like, yeah, it's maybe not fair to complain about, but it's something that like makes the game feel less enjoyable, so I feel like it is worth to point out in a review. Let's see, what do we have here? So 5, 4, 8. So 8 is currently the highest. Still 8, 8. That's 8, 5. That's also 8, 5. So I think, yeah, we're gonna go, I guess, with those boots. They're pretty cool. Those are gonna be 4,000. $6,800. So I need about almost 2,000 more. Okay, let's see if we can scrounge up that from my closet. I should, you know what I should have done for this video? I should have converted a bunch of seeds into light. Because, like, if I sell that, that's gonna be way too much light. But it's gonna be so hard to, like, I guess if I, like, put it in here and then I can just, like, yeah, so I'm just annoyed with the Scarecrow Hill race now. I miss the old one, but I also very, very much, it's not even that I miss the like miss the old one like that much. It's, or it is that I miss the old one, but it's also like all the glitches. I could be fine if we didn't have the bug where you either like don't get across the bridge because of the speed air wind thing there, or where you fly up in the air and you get thrown off the race because you get a dangerous fall, or where the soul shards are in places where it's like I can see them, but if I go get it, I'm gonna fail the race, and then visual bug. So like, I feel like I would be fine with the race if those things weren't there, and they do impact how much I enjoy the game during the event. Onward to the like pumpkin hunt with Jasper, or at Jasper's pumpkin farm. It's so cute. This one, it's the same as always, and obviously you only do it once a day now, but I still think it's very cute and adorable. Like, I know pretty much all the places the pumpkins can hide at this point. It's been a very long time since I've been frustrated with it. I don't really ever encounter bugs with it either, so I don't really have anything to complain about. So yeah, it's cute. I do enjoy the pumpkin pets we get every year. They're adorable. The one we got this year, which is these, I got two because there was a bug. We got duplicates in the beginning. Like, it's not my favorite, but it is adorable. Like, it has a little red cross, like, on the forehead, I guess, and the glowing green eyes, and they're all just so happy. Like, this is a theme for the baby pumpkins. They are adorable. Like, I have every one we've ever gotten, like, with the first one, I have the second one, the third one, this is a mini zucchini, this one we have. This one you got from the cauldron. It was a pain to get. This is one of the few pets I've really struggled with getting. Then we have this one that looks like it's glow in the dark, and I don't think we have any more. I think this was the one from last year. Yeah, oh yeah, here we have one. This one in last year is the obsidian one. And then we have this one. So we have black ones 2 years in a row. I think I prefer last year's one, but this one kind of looks like it's stitched together, more like Frankenstein-like, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, I feel like maybe I should just look for something else to sell. I know I have more stuff here, but I don't have stuff worth a lot of money. I'm so close to getting one more thing though from shillings, so I feel like I should try, but I really have sold everything, and these won't sell for 2,000. I guess we could do a bunch of these. I mean, I have these for a reason. You get these every Monday and Tuesday by doing dailies with Mario at the observatory by collecting fallen moonstones, I think they're called, in the mountains. Not fallen stones on the Everwind fields, the ones in the mountains specifically. And you will get one of these every day, and they sell for 70 shillings, so they're pretty neat. Yeah, I just think the pumpkin hunt, it's this one, the portal, it's pretty neat. I also love that this is like a quick way to get access to a trailer, especially like, it's also like a quick trailer to Jaspers, or if you're running to the championship in Golden Hills, that's one, it's like easy access and it's free, so that's always a bonus for me, or from me. Then we have the haunted trail ride, and this is my personal favorite. This is what I like when I say like I can't wait for Halloween. I mean, I can't wait for the haunted trail ride. We haven't gotten anything new for the haunted trail ride in so long, but I just still love it so much. I just love to run it over and over again, collecting items that, oh wait, I can sell those stuff. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go back and sell some other stuff as well. But I love collecting stuff and just like listen to an audiobook while doing it, or a YouTube video or something, and just over and over again just collecting items. It's like one of my favorite activities of the entire year in game. Here we have stuff. So I can grab a bunch of these books. That is 900. That is going to be great. I think that is more than we need, actually. I'm sound-wise, like I feel like I can't hear the game, and I don't know why. Yeah, I can't hear the game at all. Sorry, give me a moment. I'm just gonna check on some stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I can hear stuff because I hate my Bluetooth headphones. They have a tendency to disconnect, even though they're technically not disconnected, where like they will act like disconnected, but they won't tell me that they disconnect, and some will just disappear. And when I'm watching like a YouTube video or movie, I can easily tell because like I'll see people like talking and then I'll hear nothing. But sometimes since music in Star Stable can be very low, I don't always tell when it happens in Star Stable, and it's so annoying. And I can't always tell when I sit on Discord either, because I can't see when people are talking when I'm in a game when someone's talking on Discord. And yeah, I just hate these headphones, but they aren't broken, so I can't justify buying a new pair. But they suck. This is a PSA. If you've ever thought about buying the Sony WH-100XM something headphones, don't. I hate them. I bought them because I knew so many people who love them, and it's like, they suck. I hate them. With a burning passion. Don't buy them. This has been your public PSA about headphones. But I'm gonna be stuck with these until the day until they break beyond repair. And I guess in today's society, beyond repair is just break, because we don't repair stuff. So I guess it's not even a silver lining, it's still a bad thing. Oh, or should we try and get one more thing from selling stuff like this? Like, that's 800 shillings. That's not that bad. 150. I should get something else. Maybe we can't get. Those are pretty good. Like, we won't be getting maybe like 8,000 or 8,500. But you know, at least we'll get something else for shillings before we start spending by star coins. We can do another one of those. And let's see how far this is. I mean, we have a lot of these mysterious cookbooks. I think that's 2,000 just there. Let's see how far we get by selling these stuff. Like, that's also one of my best tips. Like, run that, collect everything. And also, one of my tips with the Hunt Trail, right? I love it. But it's like, go in, and then you sit there for a couple of minutes. Like, scroll through Instagram for a couple of minutes. Or, you know, go get yourself something to drink. Go grab a snack. And then more stuff will have spawned. Because it takes a little bit of time, in my experience, for things to start spawning. And also, like, there's no fault in, like, backtracking and going back to some place you've already been. Because sometimes new things will have spawned. And then you get more stuff. In my experience. But I also know, for example, Bella talked about, like, to get the black color, to get the pets. She had a much more higher chance of that spawning if she both sat down and listened to the ghost stories that were being told at the fire, and if she was chased through the canyon. I rarely go through the canyon. I will, like, go over the bridge, we answer the riddle, and then I'll, like, go into the canyon from the back end to see if there are any stuff, and then, like, make sure I don't go close enough to the beginning that I get chased, and then I'm just gonna go back out again. That's how I do it, because I don't like being chased. But Bella said she had a lot of an easier time getting the color to spawn when she did that. Okay, I have 4,800. I feel like I should be able to get something for that. Okay, should we try and get it up to 5,000, and then we can get a pair of... Like, I was about to say leg wraps. They're not leg wraps. They're leg protectors? Question mark? It's 300. And 200. That's 500. And I think these are like one... Oh, they're 10. Okay, so we can grab a couple of those. So 500. That's 3. Okay, we're just gonna grab something else as well. That's 75. 95. 50. I'm gonna sell until I have enough. So I'm probably not gonna sell all of that, but I don't feel like doing math. other time I actually sit here with a calculator and it's like that plus that, and then we have that. So that's 50. That's gonna be enough. And now we're gonna be able to... I guess we can grab those gloves. They're pretty cute. And now here we are. Time to start spending the star coins. But we were talking about the haunted trail ride. Yeah. I'm also... The last thing we have there is obviously we get new pets every year. The pets these last 2 years haven't been something that's particularly my taste of pet. I preferred back when we got birds. I love the birds. But they're just still cool. And I still like that we get 2 free pets by just playing that. And... yeah, that is great, in my opinion. This cat mask is so cool. And I also really like these style of hats. Obviously, I'm using one when I'm doing championships. This one could have also been great for my outfit, but I'm using this one for my closet when I'm doing championships to get full stats on my Halloween costume. But yeah, I do like the pets from the haunted trail ride. I guess we only have 2 more dailies to talk about, and one is the pumpkin hunt in the castle basement, or the Dungeons and Pumpkins, or whatever they call it now. Back in the day, back in my day, when I was a child, Eve used to stand outside the Silverglade Castle, and then it was like explicitly in the castle like basement that the hunt took place. I'm gonna wait with that, and I'm gonna grab this one instead. I love this flower wreath. We usually, or wreath, we don't have any wreaths with flowers like these, I feel like. So it's really cool. And also these gloves are awesome. Like, I often feel like gloves are something I will skip sometimes because they just feel like there's so many gloves already. Usually they don't bring anything new to the table. These ones do. So they're coming home with me. I'm gonna start putting stuff away in my closet. But yeah, that pumpkin hunt, it's something that in a lot of past years it's been very stressful for me. Last year, since I was account sitting for someone else and I was doing the dailies on my account and 2 of her accounts every day, I got pretty good at it and it isn't as annoying anymore, but I'm not gonna lie, once I had gotten everything I wanted from the pumpkin with the tokens, which was everything, I kind of stopped doing that, because it was just... I don't enjoy it. I never have. It's not my type of thing. It was very fun to record the video with Bella where I ran that race blindfolded. It was chaotic. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend... Wait, I have already got everything I want from the cauldron. Yeah, so I can just move all of this up 1 to save space. It's easy to do now than when we have a full page. So, yeah, there weren't any gloves for this set, or did I? Oh wait, the gloves were the first thing I got. My bad, my bad. But yeah, it's so good looking. Oh, that could have also been great with the haunted look. I can speak English, I promise. But yeah. Yes, that's the one. Okay, so now we have some more space. I'm just gonna put this one back. So yeah, I've never really been a fan of that, but it is here, and you know, if you enjoy it, you can do it. And the last daily would be the monster hunt with Scott. Every day we go take photographs. And I do enjoy that one. But mostly because it pays pretty well. A lot of the quests here actually do, like the Galloper's Memories race and the Scarecrow Hill race, they pay well. That's one of the reasons I keep doing them. Other than the tokens, even now when I have all the tokens, I keep doing races because lots of XP and lots of shillings. But doing the daily with Scott gives you 100 shillings, and then on top of that it gives you obviously 2 tokens and then 3 photos, and then you can exchange those 3 photos for one more token. You know what? I'm just gonna grab these. They're cute. I want them. And I want obviously the Galvetier set. I don't really know what's special about this bridle, but I'm gonna grab it so I have it. So yeah, and also in the Monster Hunt photography daily, they have fixed, like, I guess the bug that was last year on in the, like, when you were gonna photograph jackalopes in by Vale Lake, because last year one of them was so high up it's practically impossible to get up to it. And now it's like way down and easier, like you don't have to do any climbing to get there. Like I was getting so frustrated last year. But now that is less a problem. I don't know how I feel about those boots. I'm gonna wait with those, but I'm gonna grab the skirt and I'm gonna grab the blouse. Also gonna wait with the gloves because I'm not sure. But this is one of the things I have been talking about wanting. Like matching sets with a skirt and a blouse that makes a cute dress. And I know we have the medieval ones, but I've been talking about like other styles. Like I want a cute, like, I don't know if it's actually 1940s style, but I think like 1940s like button up dress with like flowers, or like, is it called checkered squares, or I don't know, in like pastel blue or light blue and yellow and like cute like vintage style dresses. I feel like we can do, not just medieval, but this one is in another style that we already have, and I love it. I love it so much. So very excited about that. I do want this like hat though. I think it's a hat. Put that on. Yeah, it's a hat. Okay. We're buying that. I guess while we're on it, we can talk about the werewolf quest. It was new last year and I did enjoy it. It was very fun. I loved seeing the werewolf. I love that we got her ears and teeth this year. Like that is... I'm so happy about that. Like honestly. So pleased with that. It was one of the things I really wanted. Or like, yeah, I liked her teeth last year. Obviously we got the vampire teeth from the set I'm currently buying. But her fangs and her ears. Now I just want her nails, okay? And her eyes. Then I'll be so... Like, can we get contact lenses in Star Stable, please? As like a cosmetic. So we can save different like eye colors. We can have like crazy eye colors. Like those or werewolf eyes. That would be so cool. Oh, I was gonna wait. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess I bought the gloves without thinking. Ah, my bad. So yeah, it's fun, the werewolf quest. I think the Galloper quest line is better, but it's also a way longer quest line. But yeah. Championship ranks, I guess, we haven't talked about yet this year. For this event. We have talked about it a lot this year, because there's been so many of them. I'm gonna wait those pants. Okay, I guess we're kind of down to last. Like, I have some stuff from previous years I haven't bought, like those black gloves, very similar. Those gloves, I didn't buy that top hat. I'm not big on top hats, so I didn't buy those either. And I didn't buy those purple ones. I didn't buy these. These gloves, I do think are kind of cool compared to the other fishnet gloves though. So maybe I'll come back for those. I do want that hat though. I mean, should I just... Okay, I'm gonna put this in the closet and then we're gonna continue considering what else we want. That one didn't have a saddleback. No, it didn't. Okay. Oh. Obviously I can't put a skirt in the horse category. Come on. And yeah, actually, I'm gonna move all this around so it's in the correct places later. It's gonna take too long to move all of that in the video. So I obviously have the teeth already for this setup there, so I'm gonna just continue leaving. And if I get the pants, those are gonna go there. And then I'm gonna just start putting my Galvatarian stuff there. I don't know. I feel like these boots are just gonna go pretty well with this set anyway. I don't feel like a particular like for either the gloves or the boots of that set. I feel like I much rather have the pants for the vampire set. Yeah, stuff to consider. Let's also check like other stores for old stuff that I might have not bought previous years and might be regretting. I don't think I'm missing any of those, to be honest. I feel like these shouldn't be considered retro yet. I don't think I've ever regretted not having this. I mean, this one could be fun for a pony, but I don't actually really regret not having the clown set. The day... I mean, they have a store over here with stuff that's gonna be, like, I think, removed from the game. No, but these are even newer things. I never got the gloves for any of these sets. I never for that set either. See, this stuff is much newer than stuff over here, but not all of it. Some of the stuff over here I feel like is newer, like this set. But then we have older stuff, like these things. But I haven't ever missed these things yet. And I have all of these super old things, obviously. Those are almost the most important for me, because those carry nostalgia value. I don't think I want a clown outfit. It's not important to me. I have everything from here. I do have some more points to discuss, but not a lot. So I've already talked about the magic horses in my magic horse shopping video. I usually don't do those, but I did this year because I needed something that I could do pretty quickly for Friday's video, so it's the video before this. But just the same way, like it's Backspite, Big Spite and Galvatare, and I love both of them. I especially love Big Spite because I'm a huge vampire fan, and I think it's a really cool horse, and I also love how like Galvatare has this like glowing effect in the magic one. They're really cool. I do really like them, especially Big Spite because I love vampires. But if you want to hear more of my thoughts on those, you can go watch my previous video. The tornadoes, same as always, they're a little bit annoying, a little bit buggy sometimes. But yeah, I do have a lot of soul shards saved up from previous years, and I usually, like, I do a couple of tornadoes here and there, but then I usually also used to collect them from doing like the races, and obviously running the trail ride over and over and over again gives me also opportunities to pick up soul shards, so you usually don't need to do the tornadoes that much, so they don't really bother me. If you start this year and you really need soul shards, I can understand how they're annoying, and once again, they're always on the hour, never anywhere else, so if you don't have a lot of time to play, they're really hard to gather. And I guess that's also, I was going to talk about the champ rank and I forgot, but the same with the champ rank. Like, this is always the critique. Like, you can only run a championship every 30 minutes. You can't buy the ribbons like afterwards. So if you don't finish the champ rank, you won't ever get the ribbons. These are the current ones. Let's see, let's zoom in. Start. So we have a cauldron, a raven, a tombstone, we have a dark goblet, we have a, how do you say it in English? A coffin. We have vampire fangs, and then we have big spite. And they look really nice. I do really enjoy them, and I love how like obviously I talked about this before, but every championship ranks have a different style ribbon. Like this is from Camp Western. Here we have from I thought I saw something, but I just imagined. These are from the summer event. These are from Equestrian Festival. Then we have the nightly, I think, with the night champ rank, and then we have the winter champ rank. Last Halloween's champ rank, and then we have the original champ rank from last August, I think. So yeah. But, you know, it's the same criticism as always. You have to be on specific times, and they're a bit annoying, but I feel like the concept needs to evolve a little bit. But, I mean, I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. Tornadoes. We have two, I guess, quests to talk about. The first one is to go look for ghosts every day. This is a pretty old one. Like I said about the spellbook pages, I do love figuring out stuff and where to find them. But the ghosts have been in the same place for multiple years in a row, and especially last year when I did this on 3 accounts. I guess only 2 accounts. It was annoying because I found last year that if you wait to start doing these quests until after midnight, so it's technically Wednesday again, you only get 1 quest. So if you're seeing this the day it comes out, when the event is still up and you haven't done these quests yet and you want to try and do them, please do them before the clock strikes midnight, or you will only have 1. I made that mistake last year. But yeah, I like the concept. I like trying to figure stuff out, and there are obviously stuff I don't 100% remember, but at this point I remember a lot of them pretty well. So they're pretty quick to do, and yeah, but they would be fun to do for first time, I think. So I like the concept. I would love to see if they were like different every year, but yeah. And then we obviously have the biggest thing this year. We finally got the conclusion to the Galloper's quest, and I obviously love this quest chain. It's with Linda and Galloper. I love seeing his like backstory and all the choices we can make. Obviously, we get to be involved, and the cutscenes, and especially in week 2 when we have like we like relive Magnus Steiner's memories when he created Runhamar. And to like, it's just such a cool experience, and it's one of the coolest quests I've played in this game. Obviously, I haven't finished the main story. I'm not up to date on that. But it is one of the coolest quests I've personally played in this game, and it has such cool cutscenes, and the cool cutscenes from like the new quests this year. There are a few bugs. I think it's in week 1 where, like, if you run ahead of Morgan as she's running to the second like of to the big tree where there's a cutscene. If you run ahead of her when you get there, the dialogue will get bugged and you won't be able to read the dialogue, and it's happened to me multiple years now. And I need to learn. I can't run ahead, but I want to run ahead because I know where I'm going. And honestly, I also think they could fix the bug, but someone needs to report the bug. And I guess that should be me, because I have photos. But yeah. Other than that, like, super cool cutscenes, super cool story. I feel because it's been such a long time. Obviously, this quest, I think, was introduced not long after Galloper's Keep was introduced. So we have been waiting many years for these conclusions. And for the last few years, we haven't gotten anything else added on. So I feel like the expectations of how it should have ended had really built up. So I feel like it didn't hit as hard as I wished it to, but I loved, I guess, spoilers for this questline if you haven't played it, but this is also your reminder that when you're watching this video, if you're watching it the day it comes out, this is your last day to do so, and I would highly recommend you do so, because it's an amazing quest chain with some amazing cutscenes and story moments, and I just love this quest, okay? This, I feel like, is the only returning event quest that I'm genuinely excited for every year. I don't feel like we have any ones for winter anymore. We used to have about Honey, the Capron, who didn't feel like the Christmas spirit back when the winter event was the Christmas event. And I did enjoy that because it had a funny reference to a thing in Sweden where we build up this huge Yule goat in a city called Gävle. And this Yule goat, sadly, every year, like the creator who created this huge Yule goat, every year, like he didn't get to see it once last the entire season, because he has passed away now, but still, like, it's still built up every year, and every year people burn it to the ground. And they every year take different precautions to make sure it can't burn, and then people manage to get it to burn down anyway. So there was a reference to, like, burn the Yule goat. And that reference was fun, but it's also a bit of a tragic thing that this, like, art installation every year, like, since I don't know when it started, but there was this man and he wanted to build it, and it got built in town square every year, and every year, still even now, multiple years after his death, people burn it down. Every year. I don't know if it's been I don't think it has been a single year where it was allowed to last the entire season. Sometimes people burn it down within the first 24 hours of it being put up. Kind of sad. Us people are horrible. That's not a very fun note to end this video on, though. But yeah, I just love that quest. Like, how do you say it in English? Löneförhöjning. What's that in English? Pay raise, that's the one. Pay raise to the designers and writers and whatever other people need to work on that. I don't know if there was a programmer involved. I don't know if the designers make the cutscenes or if they have people who are specifically doing, like, visual stuff like that. I think it is designers, though. Like, the people who worked in that quest line, pay raise. Okay? Amazing. Loved it. Once again, like, I feel like just how long I waited for a conclusion made a conclusion feel very short. But it wasn't actually as short as I remember it. Because obviously, like, we had to go out and with all these cutscenes, and there was, like, we got to talk to Morrigan, and I loved that. It's so cool. And I can't wait to play the quest again next year. It better be there, okay? But yeah, that is everything. I'm probably gonna go back and buy those pants. It's Monday for me when I'm recording this. I have some time to grind up some shillings and buy with shillings. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and, you know, please let me know in a comment down below your thoughts on the Halloween event, because obviously I do enjoy this event a lot, even though a lot of it is repeats. But as I said, I'm just so excited about the Haunted Trail Ride and about the Gallup request that, like, it doesn't matter so much it's recycled content. It's gonna be that way anyway. So I'm just excited about the vibes, okay? But you know, let me know. You don't have to be excited about the event. You can feel like the event was a total flop. Your opinion is valid. But yeah, you know, let me know your opinions. And if you like this video, please consider leaving a like and, you know, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate everyone who does so very, very much. And yeah, I guess I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye!